Hey friend, it's Mesha with a golden nugget of the day to help you along your way. We almost have on the entire body of armor that the Bible tells us to put on. Well, today we'll talk about faith. How many know that the Bible says that without faith, it's impossible to please God? Well, Paul tells us in Ephesians 6:16 that this is the piece of armor that we need most of all. Read it with me. We'll read it in the NRSV. Okay? It reads, with all of these, other versions say, in all other circumstances, or above all, or most of all, take the shield of faith with which you will be able to quench all the flaming arrows of the evil one. The shield of faith, that's the one that we need most of. The shield wasn't just a small piece of armor on their arm. The shield was 4 feet tall by 2.5 feet wide. And if all of the soldiers would stand together, putting their shields together, they could make a wall where nothing could penetrate it. Nothing could come through. So Paul says that we need to use our faith like this shield because we will be able to quench all the flaming arrows of the evil one. The arrows are going to come. You know, the Bible says that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. The weapon will be formed, but it won't prosper. The enemy is going to throw these flaming arrows at us, but they won't penetrate this shield of faith that we have. They would use arrows where they would wrap the ends of the arrows in cloth and dip them in some type of flammable liquid, set it on fire, and sling these arrows over towards their enemy. Well, the Bible tells us, Paul tells us here, that if we have faith, that we'll be able to quench those fiery arrows or extinguish or put them out. The weapons will come, they will form, but they won't prosper. The Bible says we will be able to quench. Not we may be able, or we might, or we probably will be able. We will be able to quench or extinguish every fiery dart or temptation. That's what these fiery darts are. We'll be able to extinguish every last one of them with our faith. So listen, we need to put our faith on, because not only does it cover our bodies, but it covers every other attribute that we've already put on. We put on truth and righteousness and peace. It covers all of those as well. Faith is the most important. Without it, it's impossible to please God, but with it, we'll be able to extinguish every temptation that the enemy sends our way. Woo! Isn't that good news? I love y'all. Let's talk next week.